Hi, and a very nice welcome to another bonus class of our Beginner Yin Yoga course. Of course, as always, even if you have not done the course, you're more than welcome to come here as long as you have some experience with Yin Yoga. If you are entirely new, then I do recommend going through the course first because that is going to give you the foundation to actually practice safely and really reap the benefits of Yin Yoga. So today we have a very hip-focused class. This is perfect if you want to work on your hip mobility, if you perhaps feel a little bit crunchy in your hips today, or if you have been in kind of a stressful period, because a lot of that does get stored in the hips. So we'll be just releasing them and giving them some love. You will need 2 blocks for this practice, so please have them ready. And I think Merkaba is making an appearance. Hi, baby. And we are going to begin in our deep squat, just to kind of signal to our body on which area of the body we are going to be working today, and also to warm ourselves up. So just make your way into your deep squat in whichever way suits you best. Your feet are around mat distance apart. The toes are out at a diagonal. And you can either keep your arms in front of your chest, maybe pressing with your tricep into the knees to give them a bit more width, or you can keep your arms down to support yourself. Now, if your heels are really coming off, just roll the back of the mat under your heels, and that is going to assist you beautifully in this pose. A deep squat is meant to be a normal resting pose for the human body, so let's really try to rest and just sink down into this beautiful pose for a little while. Now deepen your breath and just gently come out of your deep squat. Bring your legs out in front of you. And we're going to do a seated swan, and you can either do the seated swan coming into the pose with the legs extended or the legs bent. We have done this in the course, so you can choose what works for you. If you're doing the variation with the leg long, then just extend your left leg, flex the foot to begin with, and then making the movement from the hip, you're just going to hook your right foot at the top of the left knee, and then just bring that left leg in. If you are coming into your seated swan with the knee already bent, again, it's basically the same thing. Just make the movement from the hip, hook the leg at the top of the left knee, and then you can bring it in a bit more. We want to create some length through the spine so that we're not like this. So really just experiment with how far away or how close in you want the knee, because this is quite intense. Keep your right foot flexed and keep the intention of the right knee moving away from you. So we are opening through the hip, really focusing on that external rotation. Again, create length through the spine, through the top of your head. Make sure that the shoulders are nicely relaxed, that they are away from your ears. And we'll just be here for a little while, creating some warmth in our hip. Deepen your breath and slowly extend the left leg long. Unhook your right. Take a moment here, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, you choose how you want to enter this pose. Just make sure that you are making this movement from the hip. So if you're keeping your right leg long, make the movement from the hip. Hook your left foot on top of your right knee, and then bring that right leg in. If you're coming from an already bent position, just make sure, again, making this from the hip. This is how we protect the knee, how we protect everything basically, because it really is from here. And then just guide your foot on top of your right knee. Again, you decide the intensity. Make sure that your left foot is flexed. This also protects your knee, because everything we do, we want to do it safely. That is one of the key things that I value and I teach. So just settle into this pose. Never force yourself. Go really to the edge of what is comfortable for you. We are not working on pain. The discomfort that might come up is purely because we are in a pose our body might not be used to, or because we are staying in a pose for longer than our body wants. So pain is a big no-no. Discomfort, the sweet kind of discomfort, is very much welcome. So find what works for you. Again, keep your back nice and long. Really create length through your entire spine. You can even imagine energy coming up through the top of your head. This can really assist a lot of people. We'll just be here for a little while. Deepen your breath and slowly extend your right leg long. Unhook the left. And we're going to move into a half butterfly. So come to sit on your mat with your right leg moved in close to you and the left extended out to the side. You can flex or point. You choose what feels best for you. It is kind of a different sensation, especially in the back of your leg, depending on what you do. And you also choose how far out you want that leg. If it feels uncomfortable, it can actually be quite close in. So just work with your body. And if you really notice that you're hunching, again, you can simply just roll your mat and then sit on this, and it's going to make a world of a difference for your low back, because we will be folding forward and we want to do that with a straight spine first and then allowing ourselves to passively curve. So once you get nice and settled in your half butterfly, just going to walk your hands out in front of you, hinging from the hip at first, and then allowing yourself to passively round. It really doesn't matter how far you go. You can even remain up here. Just make sure that everything is relaxed. Go as low as your body allows you to go. Deepen your breath. And with the help of your hands, roll yourself back up to a seat. And we're going to just switch our legs and do the same thing on the other side. So this time the left leg comes in kind of a half butterfly. You can bring it closer in or further out. This again doesn't matter. Work with what works best for you. Bring your right leg out to the side. Again, you choose how far out you want the leg. Flex the foot or point the toes. Again, work with your personal preference. And if you need to support yourself, again, with the mat, if you need to readjust anything, just take a second to do that. And then when you're ready, begin by hinging from the hip. And then just allow yourself to passively curve down and go as far as your body wants you to go. Deepen your breath and use your hands to walk yourself back up to a seat. Take a second if you need to. Maybe go into a regular butterfly, because this is also the option of where you can stay. We will be doing a square next, so grab your blocks. If you have done square before, perfect. If square was a bit too much in the Beginner Yin Yoga course, you know that you can always take a butterfly shape. And here you also have the option, you can do a supported butterfly, either sitting upright by holding your feet, or doing as we will in square, leaning back on your hands a bit to kind of promote the openness of your hips. If you're moving into square, first make sure that you're sitting on both sitting bones, and then bring your right leg in front of you so that your shin is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Flex your foot, grab your block, place it under your right knee. Just choose which height you need. If you even are up here, that is again perfectly fine. We know that already. So just choose what works for you right now. And then making the movement from the hip, you want to cradle your leg a bit first. Shake it from side to side, warming up the hips some more. Even though we have already done a lot, this is always beneficial to do. Then place your foot on top of the knee. Flex the foot. Make sure again that you are sitting on both sitting bones. And then grab the other block and place it under your left knee. So on your right foot and under the left knee. You choose again the height that you need. Just make sure that both shins are parallel. They're actually resting on top of each other. And then just lean back on your hands, creating some length through your spine. Check in with your sitting bones again. Are you sitting on both of them so that you're not tilting to any side? And just breathe here and enjoy this beautiful pose for your hips. Begin to deepen your breath. Lift your torso first. Support your left leg with your hands. Remove the block and bring that left leg down. And then just remove the other block as well. Keep it close by because we will just be switching sides. So this time the left leg comes first. The shin is parallel to the long edge of your mat. Place the block under your left knee. Flex your left foot. And then again, keeping in mind that the movement is coming from the hip, you can cradle your right leg a bit, rocking it side to side. This is a really, really good thing whenever you are entering more intense poses. This just really makes so much of a difference. Just warming up with this small, gentle movement. And then when you're ready, place your foot on top of the left knee and bring the other block to support your right knee. Again, check if everything is nicely parallel, if your legs are actually stacked, that both feet are flexed. And once you have this pose, just lean back on your hands, creating that beautiful length through the spine. Just settle here and enjoy. Begin to deepen your breath. Lengthen through your torso. Grab a hold of your right leg, remove the block from beneath it, and then gently place that leg on the mat, on the floor, and then just liberate your left leg as well. And we will lie down on our backs. You might want to keep your blocks handy because we are going to do a lying spinal twist. And it really depends on you whether you want a support of the block or not. So for the lying spinal twist, I want you to first move your hips a tiny bit over to your right, and then drop both knees over to the left so that your hips are stacking on top of each other. Here, if you want to, you can put a block under your knee just to lessen the stretch. And then just open your arms wide or put them in a cactus shape. We are really trying to keep both of our shoulder blades and shoulders down on the floor so that we are really twisting from the lower half of our body. And just relax into this pose for a little while. Deepen your breath and gently return your legs back to center. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. So move your hips a little bit over to your left. And then just drop both knees over to the right. Again, making sure that your shoulder blades are really resting on your mat so that we are twisting from the low half of our body. Deepen your breath and return your legs to center. Return your hips to center as well. Grab one of your blocks and we're going to do a supported bridge before moving into Shavasana. So keeping your block handy. Position your feet flat on the mat. And then really press through your feet, engage the glutes, and squeeze through your inner thighs as you lift yourself up into a bridge. Place your block beneath your glutes, making sure that there is no compression happening, just super nice support. You can roll your shoulders a bit underneath you to get some chest opening as well. And then just let your arms rest by your sides. Now you can remain in this bridge, or if you want to, you can also extend your legs long, which is going to give you a really nice stretch through your hip flexors. So you choose which version works for you right now. And then just settle here and really relax. If you are in the version of supported bridge with your legs extended, just first bring them in one at a time, placing your feet flat on the mat. And then everybody just press through your feet, engage the glutes, remove your block from beneath you, and very slowly with control, roll through the spine all the way down. We're going to enter Shavasana next. So if you need to make any adjustments to your clothes, to the way you're lying on your mat, do so now. And then just let your feet flop. Let your arms rest by your side with the palms facing up. Make sure that the back of your neck is nice and long. And you're claiming space on your mat. And enjoy your Shavasana. Let yourself integrate the practice and just be with yourself in stillness for a few more moments. You can absolutely stay in Shavasana for longer if that suits you. If you're ready to come out, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can take a nice deep stretch if that feels good. And then just roll onto one side before using your arms to press yourself back up into a seat. Place your hands together at the heart in Anjali Mudra and just thank yourself for showing up for this class. Thank yourself for spending the time with yourself on your mat, for nourishing your body, for giving yourself the gift of stillness, for allowing your mind to settle, giving it an opportunity to quiet. And even if thoughts were racing through your head during the practice, just know that you have already done so much for yourself just by being here. Thank you.